stealing is so ridiculous. Instead of you being righteous, you rather choose to be wicked. And this generation is so crazy. Men on hearing babies, killing babies. Ain't nobody but Satan. I'm saying we need to put the guns down and stop all this hating. How you claim to love God, but hate your brother? You a liar, I don't know if I can trust you. You the type, they call the strike. To tell the truth, I don't need that in my life. I'm trying to unite. I'm trying to be ill with my brothers. I'm so for real. I'm about that action, I don't have time to play. And if you ain't down with the team, you in the way. You see them boys over there, feel my brothers in the world full of hate. Y'all know that I love them. In these last days, so we need to stick together. It's about time we hold it down for each other. Listen, I put the line. We need to unify. All we gotta do is try. We share the same gun, so why not? If I ain't got nobody, I can lean on my brother. In a world where we hating, yo, we need one another. The sisters, the children, listen, they need you as well. So stop doing all the things that'll have you dead out in jail. You a king, you not a thug, bruh. You supposed to lead and break a higher. Man, it's such a blessing knowing that we the Jews. And for you heathens who be lying, know that Christ coming soon. We going back to our homeland. Be that leader in the book and get the game played on how to get right before we all die. And if you know like I know, you a true life. I got a message for my brothers. Know that your walk in Africa really love you. Let's unite and come together. Know that love conquers all and lasts forever. You see them boys over there, feel my brothers in the world full of hate. Y'all know that I love them. In these last days, so we need to stick together. It's about time we hold it down for each other. Listen, I put the line. We need to unify. All we gotta do is try. We share the same gun, so why not? I love my brethren, man. We need to come together. Straight up. Ah. Oh.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Facebook Live, good morning, YouTube with Orlando, keeping it simple. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope the Most High has really truly blessed you over and abundantly with love, kindness, and joy. I hope the Most High have really truly blessed you.
This is what
more than you can imagine. I hope the Most High really have truly blessed your offsprings with peace, kindness, and joy. I hope He really truly has. I really truly hope He has. I'm at the hymn this morning by myself. So I'm trying to operate all of it, which I can with no problem. But I'm just, you see me messing with the music and stuff like that. So I'm at the hymn by myself this morning. But yeah, I hope everyone is having a great day. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. And like I said, I hope that the Most High truly have blessed you and your offspring with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, as well as protection. I hope He has really truly blessed you to be able to see what's going on in the world today. I hope He has truly blessed you to see everything that's taking place. A lot of things is going on in the world, so much. But you all know that, and I say that every week, but I ain't gonna continue to go through that. But my week has been an okay week. I can't complain. But one thing I come to realize about life is that when you are a child, you don't really understand what parents go through until you become a parent. Children can only make evaluations from their viewpoint, from what they see. They can't make evaluations from what they know through their experience until they go through it. And I want to give this encouraging word to parents out there today. A lot of the times, and by the way, good morning, my brother Greg. A lot of the times, kids judge their parents on things they have no experience at. But once they become a parent and once they become an adult, then they can be able to understand everything that's going on in the world today. And once they can understand that, they can understand the parents' viewpoints more so, a whole lot more from that viewpoint. So I just want to say this to you parents. Keep doing what you do. Keep being the way you are. Keep pushing and thriving to be the best parent that you can be. Making the best decisions that you can make at the time. Don't give up. Don't give in. Just continue to be, because one day your offsprings are going to be in the same situation. And be like, man, now I understand what dad is talking about. I understand what dad is talking about or what mom was talking about. So let us go ahead and go to Exodus chapter 20 verses 1 through 17. But you also, I'm going to read Exodus 20, but you can also turn to Jeremiah chapter 16, okay? Turn to Jeremiah chapter 16. And it reads, And El spake all these words, saying, I am Yahuwah thy El, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And thou shalt have no other Els before me, and thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or anything, any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. And thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahuwah thy El, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third or fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahuwah thy El in vain, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy works. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahuwah thy El. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy sons, nor thy daughter, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the Sabbath day. Wherefore Yahuwah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy fathers and thy mothers, that thy days be long upon the land which Yahuwah thy El giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbors. And thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservants, nor his maidservants, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything is that's neighbor. Let us pray this morning. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine to your kingdom, power to your glory, forever and ever. So let it be. Amen, amen, amen. Like I said, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Facebook Live, Breaking Strongholds Ministries. Good morning, YouTube. With Orlando, keeping it simple. I might develop a channel on Rumble because YouTube, if you're not able to look at me on YouTube unless you really go into the search bar and type everything in about me, because I guess YouTube has got me I guess blocked or something. I'm not for sure, but I might start developing a channel on Rumble of those who listen to go on Rumble. But yes, in Jeremiah chapter 16, Jeremiah chapter 16, 14 through 21, and the key verse is going to be verses 19. The key verse is verse 19. Then it says, O Yahuwah, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the days of afflictions. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, Surely our Father has inherited lies, vanities, and things wherein there is no profit. Let me read that over. O Yahuwah, my strength, my fortress, and my refuge in the days of my afflictions. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, Surely our Father has inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. If I may give a title to the text today, the title of the text today is Realization is Getting Ready. Realization is getting ready to kick in. Realization is getting ready to kick in. Okay? If the two words for today is acknowledge. Acknowledge means to own or avow or to admit to be true by a declaration of agreement, to own or confess as simply as a consciousness of guilt, admit, or know. That's what acknowledgement means. To own, to admit, to be true by a declaration of agreement. It means as implying a consciousness of guilt, admit, and know. Gentiles is a pagan, a worshiper of false gods, or from the lineage of Japhet, one who is not out of the tribe of Judah. Okay, a Gentile is a pagan, a worshiper of false gods, or from the lineage of Japhet, one who is not out of the tribe of Israel, of Israel. I'm sorry, Israel. Okay. So we all know the book of Jeremiah, which is called the Weeping Prophet. We know that he had a specific mission for the children of Israel, which is to teach and preach to them about the things that's going to happen to them in the future, before they go to Babylon. Jeremiah was considered to be a very powerful martyr. I'm going to call him martyrs. I'm not calling them prophets. I'm calling them martyrs. Martyrs for Yahuwah. He was a very powerful martyr for Yahuwah. He believed in what Yahuwah was telling him. And he was willing to die for Yahuwah and give his life for Yahuwah. And he was just preaching to a hard-headed group of people. But I want to say this to you. I'm going to go to Jeremiah chapter 16 verse 1. And this is an assignment that Jeremiah had, because it says, this is something that I understand about the chapter 16. It says, and thou shalt not take thee a wife, chapter 16, verse 1 and 2. I'm going to go to verse 1 and 2. It says, the word of Yahuwah came also unto me, saying, Jeremiah, thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. The reason why the Most High didn't want Jeremiah to have children in this place is because it was a demonic and wicked area. It was a wicked place to live in. Because how they was worshiping and how they was living and how they was doing things in that country at the time. And if we look at our society today, can we actually and honestly answer the question and say, is this a good place for us to raise offsprings, to be able to raise our lineage in this environment of the United States of America? Is this a good place to raise children or offsprings when you have GMO foods, when you have lab-grown meat, when you have the government forcing people to do things that they should not do, when you have people working just to get by, they're working 2 and 3 jobs just to get by, when they're not properly teaching you the correct information of your heritage, when you have police killings like the one just happened up in Decatur, Alabama, where the police officers did an ambush on this guy in Decatur, Alabama, and they shot him 18 times in 16 seconds, or 16 times in 18 seconds, or whatever amount of bullets that hit him. Is this a good place to raise your offspring? Is this a good place to raise your kids? And the reason why he said don't raise your offsprings in this environment, because of verse 3 and 4. He said, for thus saith Yahuwah concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, concerning their mothers that bear them, concerning their fathers that begotten them in this land. Listen to this. This is the reason why the Most High was talking to Jeremiah about not having kids in the land. It says, and they shall die a grievous death. They shall not be laymen, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. Most High said, don't bury no children in this land, Jeremiah, because your children is going to be looking like some doo-doo. And that is a hard thing. That's a hard reality to accept, because even though we want to have offsprings in this environment, we want to have offsprings, but the environment is not conducive for us to even have offsprings in this environment, because the family structure is tore up. The fathers are not being honored in this environment. Everything is negative in this environment. So I understand why the Most High was telling Jeremiah, don't have children in this area that you're in, because of all the things that's going to take place in this environment. And this was basically the judgment on the children of Israel because of the things that they do. See, one thing I have learned about the Christian faith is that they tell the Hebrews that attend their churches, you don't have to obey the law, statutes, and commandments. And when you tell the Hebrews that they don't have to obey the law, statutes, and commandments, that continue to put them up under the curse of the Most High. So the pastor's teaching of false doctrines to the children of Israel by telling them not to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So that's why they continue to be up under the curse and be up under judgment. So it's like, wow. These people are intentionally keeping Hebrews or black Americans up under the curse. Or the native people of this land up under the curse. Because he also said, they shall be consumed by swords, by weapons. They shall be killed by the sword, and by famine. And their carcass shall be meat for the fowls of the air and for the beasts of the field. So this is what the Most High was talking to Jeremiah about. Do not have offspring because of the conditions that they were going to go through, the children of Israel were going to go through. But he was also talking about the restoration of hope, a restoration for the children of Israel, also in this topic. But I want to talk about the children of Israel. Salvation is here. Our salvation, our protection, our deliverance is here. At this moment right now, what we think we see is actually not what we see. Because I was listening to this lady one day and she told me, she didn't tell me, but she was talking on the radio and she said, it's never the people who's poor starts a civil unrest. She said it's never the people who's rich who starts the civil war. She said it's always the people who feel like their power is being taken is the one that starts the civil unrest, which is the middle class people. Everybody who thinks they're in charge at this time will start a civil unrest because they feel like their power is being taken away. That is the reason why you see all these police shootings. That is the reason why you see all these things that's going on in the world today, is because the people who feel like they are in power, they feel like their power is being taken. So they're going to do whatever they feel like they have to do to keep their power. So if we understand that from a logical sense, we'll start to understand that the word of Most High is coming true. It's coming to fulfillment. These people are actually going crazy at this very moment in time. But let us go ahead and start to read chapter 6, verse 14 in Jeremiah chapter 16. Because the Most High, at this point in time in verse 14 and 15, because when we say the Most High is the Alpha and the Omega, He's saying I'm the beginning and the end. But He also is in the middle. He's at the present. And a lot of the times in these two verses here, the Most High is telling you, I'm at the beginning. I was in Egypt, and I'm also going to be in the midst of Babylon, of the deliverance of Babylon. Okay, and it says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that it shall no more be said, listen to this, Yahuwah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. See, He's getting ready to do a remarkable work in the land where we just not going to be bragging about what He did about the Atlantic slave trade or freeing us from the slavery during the slavery time. We're not just going to be saying that the Most High was good when He delivered us out of Egypt. We're going to be talking about that as a present tense moment. At the present tense moment. We're going to be saying the Most High is real right now at this point. And if you have eyes to see, you'll be saying, man, the Most High is really doing some work. The Most High is really doing some work. Then it says, but, verse 15, it says, but Yahuwah liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whether he has driven them, and I will bring them again to their land that I gave unto their forefathers, unto their fathers. See, when we look at this, these two verses, when we look at verse 15, the Most High scattered us all around the world. He scattered us all around the world. So when he said, I scattered you to the four corners of the earth, but he's also going to bring us back from the four corners of the earth. He's going to bring us back to one nation. He's going to bring us back to one place. Then it says, I will. The word I will is a promise that I do something, because he said, I'm not going to just, I didn't promise the children of Israel out of Egypt. I didn't promise you to get out of slavery, but I also promise you I will bring you peace in the future. So this moment of future prophecy is here. This is a future promise that's going to take place right now. We are in the midst of it right now, of us being delivered. There's so many things that's going on behind the scenes that we can't even imagine, right? It's like, I was talking to my friend, I was talking to a co-worker. Let me tell y'all the real reason why they are at war with Ukraine. The real reason why they're at war with Ukraine. Because they're trying to run the people of Ukraine out of Ukraine, so that the Jewish people that's in Israel can go to Ukraine and live. Because they're gonna have to go, they're gonna have to get out of Israel. They're gonna have to get out of Israel, and they're gonna have to go back to where they're from, which is Ukraine. That is the real reason why they are at war with Ukraine, because they got to get rid of the people that's in Ukraine, and they got to bring in the people that's in Israel, and they're going to send them back to the Ukraine, and then then Israel going to have the place of promise. The Palestinians are going to be able to still get their land back from the people that's over there now, the Ashkenazi Jews. They're going to be removed from Israel, and they're going to have to go back to Ukraine, and then the Palestinians are going to get their land back. Then everybody's being settled in their own land. That is the main reason why that war is going on over in Ukraine. Yeah, they're doing it. Yes, the Most High is using Russia to do all the things that he's supposed to do with the 10 nations that's going to destroy the beast. But one of the real reasons why they started this whole war is so that they could take over Ukraine and make Ukraine a bigger Jerusalem. And it's for the people of Israel. But I want to read you something. This is the times of Israel. Okay, the times of Israel. This came out the 30th of March 2023. It says, as attacks on Christians become more frequent, a crisis looms for Israel. What's happening? What's going on over in Israel right today? They are kicking out European Christians that came from America to go over to Israel. They're kicking the Christians out. They're kicking the European Christians out of Israel. They telling them they don't want no more Jesus over there in Israel. They telling the white Christians, the European Christians, that they got to get out of Israel because they don't even want the name of Jesus in Israel no more. And it's been going on for the last 6 months. Okay, I'm going to read you a little bit. It says, if you are a Christian in the, listen to this, in the Middle East, which is Jerusalem, they're trying to just say Jerusalem. There's only one place where, no, that's what, this is what Netanyahu said. This is what Netanyahu said in 2018. This is what he said in 2018. He said, if you are a Christian in the Middle East, there's only one place where you are safe. Prime Minister Netanyahu said, speaking to the Christian Zionists. And then says, there's only one place where the Christian community is growing, thriving, and prospering. That's in the state of Israel. Okay. Then when you go on down the article, it says, the picture of a safe coexistence painted by Israel official is sparkly at odds with the experience Jerusalem Christian leaders themselves describe. While they readily acknowledge that there is no organized or governmental effort against them, listen to this, Christian clergies in the old city tell of a deterioration atmosphere of harassments, apathy from authorities, and a growing fear that incidents of spitting and vandalism could turn into something far darker. So what's actually going on over in Israel is that the Israelis are beating up and brutalizing the European Christians that's over there. And see, what's getting ready to happen in our reality is that the European Christians that's from the United States are going to start telling who the Zionist Jews are. They're going to tell you that they are the Deuteronomy, they are in Revelations 2 and 9. Because okay, it's Revelation 2 and 9 that says, I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. What you getting ready to see on the scene, what you getting ready to see in the atmosphere, is the European Christians starting to come out against the Jewish people that's in Israel. You finna get ready to see an internal conflict where the European Christians are going to start telling the truth about the Ashkenazi Jews. That's what you finna get ready to start seeing. I have seen many articles, I have started to see many European Christians come out and say who black Americans are. So now the crisis that's going on over there in Europe, over there in the Far East, or Jerusalem, or Israel, is going to even intensify the situation. It's going to be so much chaos between the United States and Israel because Israel is turning their backs on the European Christians that came from the U.S. So that is part of the process of the deliverance of the children of Israel coming from the four corners of the earth. The Most High is really, he's causing a lot of issues upon the earth, and he's starting to do a lot of revealing. In order for the children of Israel to be restored, it's got to be a lot of revealing. A lot of people got to recognize or acknowledge who the real people are. That's how they're going to come back home, is because the false people are going to be exposed and the real people are going to be acknowledged. Okay, let me go to, because in chapter 16 of Jeremiah, verse 15, it says, in the last portion of the verse, it says, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. That is a promise that the Most High said he's going to do. I promise you I'm going to do this. But let us go to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 3 through 5. Because we have to believe in the Most High's word. It's not going to be like what we think it's going to be. It's going to be the Most High got to bring conflict. He got to bring chaos. He got to bring commotion into the environment so that the people can be restored, so that the people can be kicked out and replaced. It's like, if you remember the story of us coming out of Egypt, that wasn't a peaceful situation. It was chaotic. It was famine, it was pestilence, the water was bad. It was just a whole chaotic environment. And because it was a chaotic environment, we can't even imagine how people was going against each other in Egypt at the time. Just like over here in the Civil War. The Civil War was about us being free, quote unquote, right? It wasn't a peaceful place. It was brother against brother. It was a famine in the land. It was killing. It was bloodshed. But the Civil War is about us being free. So when we look at it, we can't look at things from a thought process of, oh, the Most High is coming back, it's going to be peaceful. No, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be chaos, so much chaos on the land. But in the midst of the chaos, the Most High is bringing his people back and restoring his people back to their rightful place. Okay, it says in Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 3 through 5, it says, that then Yahuwah thy El will turn thy captivity, and I have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations where thee Yahuwah thy El has scattered thee. See, this is a promise that gotta happen. Whenever you see the words, when Yahuwah say, I will, that is a promise. He got to do it. He have to do it because this is a promise that he said. And then it says, if any of thy be driven out unto the outermost parts of the heavens, from thence will Yahuwah thy El gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. He said, I'm not just going to gather you, I'm going to go get you. He said, I'm coming to get you wherever you are. I'm going to come and get you. Because I put you there, I'm going to go get you from there. Then in verse 5, and it says, and Yahuwah thy El will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. All this is a promise that the Most High said he's going to do. Because what he's doing when he told you in verse 14, you're not just going to remember it in Egypt. You're not just going to remember it in the Civil War in America. He said, those things I did as a testimony to show you what I can do for you and what I'm going to do for you. Those are testimonies that I show you I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. And that's something that we got to understand. The word of the Most High, we have to understand. We got to stand on his word. Regardless of what is going on in our life, we got to do what he say do. We got to study. We got to obey the Sabbath. We got to we got to honor our feast days. Okay? But right now I'm just talking about the Most High. He wants you to understand his promise is not just for the past, it's also for the future. Okay? Let us go to Isaiah. Let us go to Isaiah. Isaiah 11. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11 through 16. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is because I had a friend this week, right? He called me on the phone and I talked to him about an hour and a half. Because he's been having issues going to Christian churches. And we talked on the phone for about an hour and a half. And he was confused about who was Israel. Who was Israel and who was Israel and who was Israel. And we had that conversation. I said to say, you are Israel. Every African American or black person in America that's not from the continent of Africa is Israel. We are the children of Israel. We are the lost, means fainted, discombobulated tribe of Israel. We are the people. And he said, you know what? Then he go into having a conversation with me, right? He said, what's his name? What's the Most High's name? And I had to go, we went into Exodus and we showed him that. Because the Christian churches is not telling the people what's the Most High's name. Because he said his name is Jehovah. I said, no, his name ain't Jehovah. I said the letter J wasn't even there. So I explained that to him in Exodus chapter 3. He said, I am that I am. And then he said, I am that I am. And then I said, well, you got to look up the word I am in Hebrew to be able to understand that. And it blew his mind when he found out. That's why when I end my prayers, I say, in Yahweh's name. Yahweh means I am, I am. When you hear the word, when you hear me say Yahweh, that means I am in Hebrew. So now the Most High is gathering. First, he's got to wake us up mentally right here so that he can be able to gather us into the physical place. He first got to get us here in the mind so that he can be able to use us physically to get us to be able to listen to his word and move when he say move. But in Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahuwah shall set his hand against the second time. Listen. His hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. These are promises that the Most High got to do. But it's not going to look the way you want it to look. Which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt, from Pathros, from Cush, from Laman, Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel. How he's going to set up or assemble the outcasts of Israel? He first got to bring us back to remembrance of who we are. He's first got to gather us here for us to acknowledge that, man, I am from the tribe of Israel. I am the anointed ones. I am the ones that the Most High is looking for. We first got to get it here first before he can do anything else to us. And then it says, and to gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. See, we got to look at, when we say from the four corners of the earth, we got to understand that that Atlantic slave trade was powerful. When they came here to America, to the Turtle Island of the Americas, they sent us not just from America, they sent us to Europe, they sent us to Brazil, they sent us to Jamaica, but then they also turned around and brought some of us back here. So it was a whole lot of mix-up. But the Most High sent us all over the plains. He sent us to the four corners. So that means that he got to bring us back. But we got to acknowledge who we are mentally. And we got to do his will and his purpose regardless of what's going on in our life. Okay, it says, and the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Listen to this. The haters also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries, your enemies of Judah, shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not hate Judah, and Judah shall not vex or kill Ephraim. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines towards the west. And they shall spoil them of the east together, and they shall lay their hands upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. Listen, we coming together. He said, he says the lineage of Joseph, which is Ephraim. No, that's not, no, I'm sorry about that. He says Ephraim and Judah gonna come together, and we're gonna do some work in the land. Then it says, and Yahuwah shall utterly destroy the tongues. Listen. And Yahuwah shall utterly destroy the tongues of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make men go out dry shrewd. And there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the days that he came up out of the land of Egypt. And there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people. Listen to that. And there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt. He's saying the way that the children of Israel came out of Egypt, walking on the path, coming out of Egypt, is going to be the same way when it's time for us to go. But I want us to understand that the Most High scattered us to the four corners. Because he scattered us, he's got to come get us. Just like if you tell your son, go on over there, I'm going to come get you. You take him somewhere, but you got to turn around and go get him. That's what he got to do for us. Let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 16. Because I want us to understand that the Most High promises that he did it in the past, he's going to do it in the future. Verse 16. Listen. Because we think that the Most High is going to come get us personally. The Most High is going to do it for, well, I'm going to go get my people this, and I'm going to go get my people that. I'm going to go do this. No. Listen to this verse. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahuwah, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. What I'm doing now, I'm a fisherman and I'm a hunter. I'm looking for my people, and I'm trying to tell my people who they are. Whenever you hear brothers say, and he go tell someone, you Israel, man, you Israel. You are being a fisherman, and you being a hunter for the Most High's people. You going after those people. You trying to cast a net for them. You going out there looking for them, trying to deliver them and help them be protected in this moment. So help them to recognize who they are. If you're not out there telling the people you're Israel, you're from the tribe of Judah, you're Israel, you're not being a fisher or a hunter for the Most High. But when you out there telling people you Israel, you're part of the lost tribe of Israel, you're being a fisher and a hunter. It says, for my eyes are upon all their ways. This is verse 17. It says, for my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid. They are not hidden from my face, neither is their sins hid from my eyes. The Most High is saying, no matter what you do, you can't hide from me. No matter if you, whatever sin you commit, whatever you decide to do in your life, you can't hide from me. I'm going to still send my people for you though, but you can't hide from me. Your sins cannot be hidden from me. Everything that you do, I see it. But I'm still going to go send my fishers. And I'm still going to go send my hunters for you. Because I sent you that. I sent you to those places. Now I got to bring you back. That's why people are going all over telling everybody that we are the children of Israel. Because we're trying to get our people back. Because the Most High has given us an assignment. He has given us an assignment to go get those people. Let us go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk 1 and 15. Habakkuk 1 and 15. This is what a fisherman do. He use a net. He use a net. It's just like when a fisherman go fishing, he use that net and throw that net out there to be able to catch the fish. These are examples of how the Most High going to use whatever kind of tool and instrument he can use to gather his people. He said they take up all of them with the angle. They catch them in their net and gather them in their drag. Therefore rejoice, are glad. See, when we out there speaking the word to the lost people, we're being used by the Most High as a fisherman or a hunter to grab the people and let them know who we are. When we out there preaching the word or talking to people at work or whatever we're doing, and we're letting them know who we are, and we got to obey the law, statute, commandment, we're being a fisher or a hunter for the Most High. Whatever instrument we can use to let the people know who we are, we got to use it. Let's go to Micah 7 and 2. I'm going to go to verse 1 first. I'm going to go to verse 1. It says, woe is me, for I'm as when they have gathered the summer fruits. Let me read that up. Woe is me, for I am as when they have gathered the summer fruits. As the grape gleaning of the vintage, there is no clusters to eat. My soul desires the first ripe fruit. The good man is perished out of the earth, and there is none upright among men. They all lie in wait for blood. They hunt every man his brother with a net. So whatever the Most High's got to use to catch the people, the tactics. And this is what he's basically talking about, the tactics. When you're out there dealing with the people, you got to use tactics that entice the person to come to you. They use nets. But how can you get someone to listen to you to know who they are as a people? Because he's getting ready to gather you. How he going to gather you is by using fishers and hunters to gather us in. He's gathering his nation right now by using fishers and hunters. Everybody's approaches are different, but he's using everybody to be able to do it. Let's go to Amos Amos 9, 1 through 3. It reads, I saw you who was standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. And I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that flee of them shall not flee away. He that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dug into hell, or though they dig into hell, thence shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to the heavens, thence will I bring them down. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out of thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpents, and he shall bite them. So wherever you at, however you got to be, that's what the Most High is going to do to get you. If you're in the bottom of the sea, he's going to come get you. Because he took you to the four corners of the earth, so he got to bring you back from the four corners of the earth. And how he's going to do that, he's going to use people like me and all the other brothers like Greg and all the sisters out here to go get these people that are lost. All these brothers that you and sisters that you see on YouTube and on Facebook telling you all that we are the children of Israel. Wake up, my people, wake up, obey the law, statutes, and commandment. We are being fishermen and hunters for the Most High at this point in time. Because he gave us a promise that he was going to bring us back. And we are being used as his instrument for this moment in time. Let us go back to Jeremiah chapter 16. Verse 17. Because the Most High basically is saying, your time is up. Your time is up. You don't did what you did. I don't see your sins. I don't punish you double for your trouble. Your time is up. Now it's time for you to be delivered. You have served your sentence. Verse 17, it says, for my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hidden from my face. Listen to that. When people think they're getting away with something, they actually ain't. When people say, oh, karma is real. Yes, karma is real. You reap what you sow. Okay, so my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hidden from my face. Neither is their iniquities, their sins hidden from my eyes. And first I will recompense their iniquities and their sins double. Because they have defiled my land, and they have filled my inheritance with the carcass of the detestable and abominable things. Most High said, yeah, I had to punish you for everything that you had done. I had to take you through that trouble. I had to put you into slavery. I had to put you in this, and I had to put you in jail because I had to make you poor. I had to make you hungry because you did all these things. He said, yeah, I had to do all of that because of what you did. But you did it because of the lack of ignorance and who you were as a people. You didn't have no righteous leaders to teach you who you were. Because, let me say something to you. Prior to 2015, I'm going to say 17, I know my brother Greg, he's been in the walk for a longer period of time than I have. But I know prior to 2017, I didn't know who I was. So when I was out there teaching, I was teaching false doctrine because I didn't actually know me as a person. I didn't know my nationality. I didn't know who I was from the Bible perspective. So when I was out there teaching, I was teaching from a Christian viewpoint, which was misleading the people. And my brother Greg told me one day, he said, man, I was ready to come to your church, man, but you still had the cross up, man. You still had this going on. He said, but you weren't quite ready at the time. And then once I took the cross down and I really identified who I was and I came into it, Brother Greg said, yeah, I'm with you, man. But we have to understand that we still are doing things. And that's why the Most High is still taking people under judgment, is because of our sins. We think that we can do things that other nations can do. We can't. The reason why that the Most High allowed the G7 nations to do whatever they want to do, because he never loved them. He said, Esau have I hated, but Jacob I love. When you don't like somebody, you just let them do whatever you want to do because you really don't care about them that much. But when you love somebody, you're going to whoop them, you're going to persecute them, you're going to discipline, but you're going to also reward them. But when you're going to care about nobody, you're just going to let them do whatever they want to do, how they want to do it, the way they want to do it. But when it's time for you to restore your people, you're going to wipe them people off the face of the earth because you really didn't care about them anyway. In Psalm 147, and 20 reads, he has not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahuwah. No other nation have known the Most High's judgment. The Most High, none of them have known the Most High. None of them have known the Most High. They're worshiping false idols. They're worshiping false deities. It says it in Psalms 147 and 20. No other, he has not dealt with any other nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise you, Yahuwah. So we gotta understand that the Most High don't deal with everybody. So verse 19. And this is what's getting ready to happen. What's getting ready to happen. It says, "O Yahuwah, my strength." Listen how Jeremiah addresses Yahuwah. Listen how Jeremiah addresses him. "O Yahuwah, my strength, my fortress, and my refuge, in the days of my afflictions." See, we have to understand who the Most High is to us and what he would do for us in the days of my afflictions, in the days of my trouble. A lot of us think that the Most High really don't care, but he said, Jacob I love, Esau I hated. We're Jacob, African American people. We are Jacob, we're Israel. When you are in trouble, he can be your strength. When you are in trouble, he can be your fortress. He can be your protector. When you're in trouble, he can be your refuge. That's what he can be for you in the midst of it, when you understand who you are and who he is to you. If you never acknowledge that the Father You're my strength. When I'm weak, I don't feel like doing nothing. I'm scared. When I'm in this emotional state, and I'm in this emotional state, he can be that strength for you. When you're weak, he can be strong for you. When you're in distress, he can be that wall. He can be that wall of protection for you. And my refuge. He can be all of that for you in the days of affliction. We just got to lean on him more. We got to give him more credit. We're in the times the difficult times that we have in our life. We got to say, okay, I'm going to be still and let you guide me. Whatever it is you want me to do, however you want me to do, I'm going to do it. I'm going to let you lead me and guide me. You're not going to be my co-pilot. You're going to be my pilot. So, Father, I'm going to sit here and listen to you in the days of my distress, in the days of my afflictions. I'm going to humble myself to your word. I'm going to cry out to you. And I'm going to ask you to lead and guide me. Because what's going to happen is, because of what he do for you, the Gentiles they're going to come to realization that because he was your strength, he was your refuge, and he was your fortress, it's going to cause them to realize that everything that they was doing was totally wrong. They're going to come to realize the truth. But you have to walk in the truth so that they can realize the truth. The Bible say, if you bless Israel, you shall be blessed. If you curse Israel, you shall be cursed. See, the Gentiles been cursing. Let me say what the word Gentile means. The word Gentile means a pagan. If you call yourself, if you're black American or black and you're Hebrew, but you're Hebrew. But if you're a black American and you're calling yourself a Gentile, the word Gentile means a pagan, a worshiper of false gods, or from the lineage of Japhet. You're not from the lineage of Japhet. That means that if you're a Gentile and you call yourself, you're black, you're calling yourself a pagan or a false worshiper of gods. But a Japhet is from a Gentile is from the lineage of Japhet. That is from the European nations. So when we look at this, I'm going to put it in both. It says the Gentiles, the pagans, and Japhet shall come unto thee, Israel, unto Yahuwah, from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. See, it's going to be a point in time where, that's why Ecclesiastics is so important, because Solomon is letting you know what we think is important is really not important. What we think we need or what we want, we think we want those things, but it really ain't no value to it. You got a nice house, yeah, but you got to work hard to keep it. You got to work 10 hours a day to keep it. You can't hardly take no vacation because you got to work to keep everything you got. That means you're enslaved to the big stuff that you have. Then you can't take it with you, so that means it really is no good to you. The lies is Psalms 83. The lies that they inherited. Everything that's been taught in this system is a lie. Everything in the educational system, everything in the medical system, everything in the in the justice system is a lie. The way they teach it, the way they use it is a lie. The vanity means the things of the world is useless to us. It makes us feel good because we got a Lexus and somebody else got a Toyota. But it's still, yes sir, we are, Brother Greg. It's like, it's a lie. Both of them do the same thing. It get us from one place to another. But because you got a Lexus and this other person got a Toyota, doesn't make you better. Doesn't make that car better. It just means that both of them are serving the same purpose. And see, that's what we chase things for, because we think those things are better for us, but in actuality, no, it's just keeping you more into your captivity. Keeping you in captivity even longer and longer and longer. The more you chase these worldly things, the more you are enslaved to the system. My wife said the other day that she could not go on her Chase account unless she had agreed to her money going to a digital account. If you got a Chase account and you try to log into your Chase account, they're making it where you have to sign up for your money becoming digital. That means that they can control your money. They can control you. They can control what you spend, how you spend it, the way you spend it. That means that you're a slave to the system. But the Gentiles got up facing that. But now this is what the Gentile gonna tell. This is what the Gentile gonna tell us in the Most High. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our father has inherited lies. There's been lies passed down from generation to generation. You know that they used to say black folks had tails? Those are generational lies that has been passed on from generation to generation. And it says, in vanity, the material possessions, and things wherein there is no profit. He said they're gonna come to realize that everything that we've been practicing and worship ain't no good no more. Verse 20. Verse 20 says, shall a man make God unto himself, and they are no gods? Shall a man make gods unto himself, and they are no gods? All these people we worship. All these people we worship as a God. Oh, I want my son to be like LeBron James. Oh, I want my son to be like Michael Jordan. Oh, I want my son to be like this. Or I want my daughter to be like Beyonce. We're making these people to be gods. We're making our children to worship these human beings. That's what we're doing. We're making our children worship these people who are nothing. We're making our children worship these things. That's what the realization going to happen, is that we made our children do all these things. Worship people who ain't nothing. Do you know how many people worship all these entertainers? Do we know how many of our children worship these entertainers? Everybody worshiping everybody out there, but we ain't worshiping the Most High. We're not worshiping Him and honoring Him the way we're supposed to. They're gonna realize that after the fact that He don't gathered us, after they don't seen this marvelous work that He done did. Once they'll seen this marvelous work that He have did for us, that's when they're gonna come to the realization, man, we're inherited lies. All this physical stuff that we thought was good, it ain't nothing. Then it says, therefore, behold, our will. Our will is a promise. Our will, that's a promise. Therefore, behold, our will, this once caused them to know I will cause them to know my hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is Yahuwah. See, the Most High said, I'm going to make them pay for everything that they did. They're going to know my name. He said, I will this once cause them to know who I am. I will cause them to know my might and my hand, or my hand and my might, and they shall know my name is Yahuwah. See, as we get gathered, they get scattered. As we get gathered and blessed, they get cursed. They get their judgment because of the things that they cause the whole world to do. They cause the whole world to believe in lies. They cause the whole world, where is that? They cause the whole world to believe in lies. They cause the whole world to believe in material things. They cause the whole world to believe in things wherein there's no profit. Because they cause the whole world to do that, they finna be cursed and judged for that. Because we gotta understand that who's been ruling the world? That's why I say realization is get ready to kick in. People finna start acknowledging, man, I made a lot of bad choices. And I remember this guy, and I'm finna get ready to close with these last 3 verses. I remember that I was working with this guy, European guy, and he came to work one Monday morning. He said, you know what? I didn't know that I'm going to use his terms. I didn't know that God was a spirit. That's what he told me. He said, I didn't know that God was a spirit. He had to come to the realization that, man, God is a spirit. So when that realization is El is a spirit, I guess he said, nah, what goes around comes around. Kicks in. Because a couple of days later, he came to me and apologized for what happened to George Floyd. He said, man, I'm sorry. A lot of people know what's getting ready to happen. A lot of people see it. Whether those children being vanished on those buses and all those places are real or fake, it's starting to kick in their mind, what if it is real? Am I ready? Am I ready for what they call the rapture? Because I know I've been lying. I know I've been making people worship vanity. And I know everything that I told them to do has no profit to it. I got people out here chasing their tail like a dog. But let me read you something. Because the 3 things that I wanted us to focus on in this is that when the Most High said that I'm the Alpha and Omega, that means I'm the beginning and the end. If he did it in the past, he gonna do it for the future. That's the first thing I want us to understand. Whatever he did for us in the past, he can do it for us in the future. What I also want us to understand is that wherever you are, wherever his kids, his offsprings are, he's going to send people to go get them because of his promise. If he did it back in Egypt, he's going to do it this present time. He's going to send us fishermen and hunters to go get his people. And see, I was talking to a brother today, this week, 2 brothers this week, and I was telling them, hey, you got a purpose, you got an assignment. Your job is to go get your people. Go get your people who are assigned to you. Everybody has people that are assigned to them. You got to go get those people who are assigned to you. That's your job. That's your duty. That's the fisher and that's the hunter. Why? Because that's Yahuwah. That's Yahuwah. That Yahuwah promised all this. Psalm 67. Psalm 67. Two, 3, 4, 5. Psalm 67, because we're talking about Yahuwah now. If Yahuwah did it in the past, He's gonna do it in the future. If Yahuwah sent out Moses to go to Egypt to get his people, He's gonna do it again. It says that's why it says in 67:2, it says that thy way may be known unto the earth, thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O El. Let all the people praise thee. Because that's what this moment is about. This moment is about praising the Most High because of what He is doing on the earth. Because it's not going to be peaceful. It's going to be chaotic, but it's going to be a chaotic or a moment of deliverance in this time. It says, oh, let the nation be glad and sing for joy. For thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon the earth. Let the people praise thee, O El. Let all the people praise thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase. And El, even our own El, shall bless us. Okay? Let's go to Zechariah, and then that's the last one. Zechariah 2:11. It says, many nations shall be joined unto Yahuwah in that day, and shall be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of them. And thou shalt know that I am Yahuwah of hosts, has sent me unto thee. And Yahuwah shall inherit Judah his portion in thy holy land, and shall choose Jerusalem again. So that concludes the teachings for today. Realization is getting ready to kick in that Yahuwah is searching for His people, and He's going to restore them back to their promised land. He's going to even make the Gentiles acknowledge who He is. Because most Gentiles acknowledge or worship wood and stone and power. They doesn't worship the Spirit. So let me conclude with a prayer so we can go. Father, as we come to you today, we thank you, we bless you, we praise you, we give y'all the honor and the glory. We just thank you for who you are. We just ask that you continue to let your word go out and not come back void. We ask that you continue to let us hear the way you want us to hear, see the way you want us to see, and speak the way you want us to speak, Father. But let us be able to be Abram, a man of faith, of action. Let us continue to be like Daniel, the warrior, to have that strength to continue to endure. Let us be like your martyrs, be able to give up our life for your word and your truth. Let us be like your son, Yeshua the HaMashiach, be able to come one with the word. But let us have the vision that you want us to have so that we can continue to walk this path and be hunters and fishers for your people so that we can bring them back to the land of promise. Because you have given us this assignment, Yahuwah, and let us walk in it. We ask that you continue to lead us and guide us and bless us. We ask that you continue to guide our footsteps. We ask that you continue to just let your ways, your will be done in our life. We ask that you continue to just help lead us and guide us and cover us. And all these things we pray in Yahuwah's name. So let it be. Hey, y'all have a blessed one. Shabbat shalom to y'all. Shalom, 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 my brothers. I appreciate you, Sister Brady. I love you, Brother Greg. I love you, Brother Andrew. I love y'all. Y'all stay strong, okay? My wife Sharon, I love you. See y'all later.
The judgment coming fast, too much blood on his lane. The second exodus is about to happen, he ain't playing. He's sending out the winds on this rock, we gon' stand. We gon' trust us in the lane. This the final album was disconnected from the source, we done found the power. Messiah built the church back, gotta trust the founder. The carpenter, got the father with him, ain't no stopping you. Protected by the winds if you got his help with you. Stand on the narrow, the father gon' provide, y'all his eyes on the sparrow. Never seen the righteous get forsaken, not at all. The devil trying to take us cause he know he about to fall. And Michael standing up in his hour, keep the laws. We gon' blow the trumpet, we ain't go to war at all. Messiah made a way, he laid it down for our flaws. We got the father with his eye up and tall. Protecting these commands, they at war with him. The dragon man cause the remnant about to score with him. The children of the prophets, we done finally hockey. The law is the light, got us out the darkness. Return to the Father, ain't no other options. We let Messiah in, we done heard him knocking. Worthy is the Lamb, ain't no better time, surrender all right now. Ain't no looking back, you ain't locked white, hell no. Fit for the kingdom, ain't no way that he gon' fail y'all. Training up his kids, ain't no way we gon' derail y'all. Devil making war with the saints, man, he smell y'all. We gon' go to war about these commandments to the end. Take my father word, this ain't no game, this ain't pretend. Messiah coming back, we study yet and I repent. The angels on the corner, finally blowing out the wings. Ain't no other way to get protected but the blood. I'll put your mercy and your grace around us. Keeping these commandments, cause we know that's real love. Building up this ark, cause we send it out the flood. What you see is hand upon this land, it's time to leave. Sodom and Gomorrah out of order, time to flee. Babylon gon' burn, every nation about to see. Messiah coming back, everybody to their knees. Every knee gon' bow. Boy, girl, child, y'all, he coming in the clouds for thousands of years, man, it's almost time now. The valley of the drought, we done came alive now. This for every nigga you done hung, every baby you done raped, everything that you done done. Ain't no way you gon' escape, ain't no way that you gon' run. You gon' see him face to face, with a hill Babylon, but we can't.
Y'all have a blessed one. Shabbat Shalom to y'all.